Hello, and welcome back to Our Little Path. My name is Amanda. If you are new here, thank you for joining me. Today, we are going to be starting off the curriculum series, and I am so excited. I will have 3 videos focusing on all the curriculum we are going to be using for the 2022 to 23 school year. We do homeschool year round, so our plan or our school days look a little bit differently than some people, and we also are probably, I would call us more of an eclectic school because we don't use any specific method. We kind of blend a lot of methods and curriculums together. So that's what you'll be seeing from this kind of curriculum. Today, we are going to be focusing on our shared studies, family studies, combined studies, however you want to put it. It's the things that my kids will be learning together. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. Stick around. So again, if you are new here, thank you so much for joining in on this video. I hope you find it super helpful. If you do or you enjoy these kind of contents on motherhood, homeschooling, faith life, I'd love for you to hit that subscribe button below so that you can join me in future videos. And if you hit that bell notification, you'll be notified every time a new video goes live. And the next 2 videos after this one will be about curriculum. So if you want to know more, make sure you hit that bell button. Okay, so let's start off a little bit about our homeschool and my kids. I have got all the animals out with me today. I felt like my living room had some really good lighting, so I picked here to film. So we got the 2 dogs back there. You see a Snoop moving around, and then the boxers stealing the big bed. Stinking puppy. The cat will probably be running through my video here in no time because he likes to walk in the way. But anyways, so the children that I have are a 9-year-old girl and a 7 in September boy, and their grades, if you want to call them grades, are 4th grade and 2nd grade. And the 2nd grader, we kind of call it like 1st, 2nd. Some of his stuff probably is closer to 1st grade, like when it comes to reading, but the rest of his skills are all pretty much 2nd grade skills. So that's what you're going to be seeing when I speak to the kids specifically. I've got a cat down here purring on me. So if you see me petting, that's what I'm doing. So I will be speaking to kind of their grade levels on the 4th grade, 2nd grade level, but a little bit slower on reading. So probably like a 1st grade reading level. So yeah, that is what we're going to be doing. Our shared studies are going to consist of what we're going to be doing for homeschool catechesis, what we will be doing for science this year, and then what we will be doing for history and also social studies. Social studies is kind of the new one that we're bringing in. In the past 2 years, we've done a lot focusing on geography, I guess, in which I guess geography kind of is like a subset of social studies, but it's going to be like very social studies focused this year. And I'll kind of explain how I got to that point and that decision as I'm showing you what we're going to be learning. So I figured we'll dive right in. I'm going to start with our homeschool catechesis. So we are a Catholic family, and our faith is very important to us. And so I want to make sure that we are forming our children in not only the love of the Lord, but also how our Catholic Church functions and teaches and things like that, because I do believe that the magisterium and the knowledge of our church and church teachings is very important, as well as the Bible and things like that. So in the past, I have used things like Faith and Life. We have used Image of God series, both of which are fantastic. I would definitely recommend them. But what I found hard was that they were both focused more towards like in a school setting or in like an RE setting. And so I found it difficult to kind of like integrate it into one that I could teach for the both of them. And I did, but I felt like they were kind of like getting double lessons, or one would have like a workbook to work on and would just listen, but the other one didn't have the workbook. And so I don't know. I felt like something was lacking. And about last fall, I ran into the company called Into the Deep. And I think they just launched their first edition, maybe last fall. I could be wrong, so don't quote me on that. But they do homeschool family catechesis, and they really focus theirs on to be that you can like teach multiple ages at once. And, you know, just provide different strategies like after the lesson to reinforce. So that is what we're focusing on. For the summer, we're taking a late summer break. It's not going to be till closer to like August, September time, just the way that our summer is working out and things that we have going on. So for the summer, we're going to be working on Into the Deeps, the unit study on the Mass. And I think the video prior to this one is a look inside the Mass unit study. So go check that out if that's something you are interested in. And then after that, we will be moving on to the level 1 Into the Deep. I think they are launching level 2, which is like grades 4 through 6, but obviously can be geared towards younger grades too, because they focus on that family style catechesis. But I have not bought it yet because I think they were low in stock on that level 1 book, but then they said that they're also kind of their like second print or whatever that they're doing of the level 1. They've done a little bit of updating. So I'm kind of waiting until that one comes out. We're not in a super big rush to buy that yet, so I haven't bought it because we probably won't start that till, I don't know, October or so. So I'm just kind of waiting for that one to be re-put out. So that's what we're doing for our family home catechesis. I'm very excited. And I think it's going to go really well. I like the layout. Again, check out that video that I have from Into the Deep, just on the look of their Mass unit study. It is, I think, a little bit layout a little bit differently than like their normal levels, but I think it's very similar in content wise and activity wise. So yes, for the next, we're going to move on to science. And this, if you watched last year's curriculum video, it's actually going to be the same. Isabella, hello. What do you need?
I'm getting a pencil.
Okay, get a pencil. So for science, we are actually in the middle of a 2-year study by Building Foundations of Scientific Understanding by Bernard Neville. Let me grab it. So this is the book we are in right now. And I actually have the kind of like, I guess you could call it a compendium that was written by Shannon Jordan and with Dr. Bernard Neville together. And so this book kind of like condenses this book and makes the like structure of how to do what lessons in what order a little more clear. So you could definitely just buy this book and be totally fine for 2 years. And I think this book was only like $35, like it was really cheap. And this one I think is closer to like 40 or so. But again, it's a 2-year program. So we just finished year 1, which is composed of an autumn term, a winter term, and a spring term. So we just finished that. And then for this next year, we are going to be moving on to year 2, autumn, winter, and spring. And I'm actually kind of making the decision that the stuff that we're going to be working on this summer, we're going to wait and hold off to start this one until it's actually autumn. So we may end up doing this a little bit faster than 12 weeks. We may end up shortening it down to 6 weeks to kind of like stay on track. But I have been loving it. The kids have been loving it. We've been incorporating a lot of like outside resources and books and online learning with this, and it's been really fun. So I'm excited. They have a great Facebook group that's super helpful. because this is definitely not an open and go program. I have done a review on this and I will link that above if you'd like to see a review on the building foundations of scientific understanding and kind of like the tips and tricks on how to plan and organize it. So yeah, that is what we will be doing for science. And then I'm gonna move on to history because history has history has paved the path for what we're gonna be doing for social studies too. So we are moving into all things America, friends. That's right. Get your American flags out, bust out your copies of the Declaration of Independence and the Constitution because we are going full-blown America. And I feel like at the time we are in this world, I just really want my kids to know how lucky we are to live in this country and to be blessed by the freedoms that we have. No matter where you're at on the political spectrum, I feel like we are very blessed to be able to speak freely, however, we see fit based on the Constitution. So our history, we are finishing up probably be finished by July with the history that we are on right now, which is like medieval times to the modern world. It's the third volume in Story of Civilization. And after that, we will begin volume number 4, which is the history of the United States. I haven't opened this pack, honestly, it's just easier to keep it all together. This is the bundle you can buy. You can actually buy it by itself, but I really like the bundle because it comes with online videos, and the online videos we've been watching for volume 3, they have been so good. It's like a great review. We will do our history lesson like on Monday, and then on Tuesday we will do a review in our morning time of what the video says. So the Story of Civilization with the pack, it also comes with, you can do CDs or MP3s depending on which pack you buy. And the CDs actually narrate the book out to you, and it's so good. They add like background music to it and like dramatic sounds and things like that. So the kids really like listening to it, and just kind of makes history a little bit more fun. And I still feel like I've been learning like a lot with the other volumes that we've been on. So we are finally getting on to the 4th volume of Story of Civilization. It does, it's like a Catholic approach too. I think the other one that is very similar to this in style is Story of the World. So if you want just from a non-Catholic standpoint, that would probably be the one I recommend, even though I've never used it. From what I've been told, it's very similar in structure and how the lessons and things like that are presented. But very excited for history. We are like all about it this year. Ready to go, America. The next thing is not necessarily like a curriculum book, I guess. It's probably more like a read aloud book, but it's gonna go along the lines with learning about the United States. And this is the American Patriots Almanac. And I actually saw this on Grace and Grit. It was either her Instagram or one of her YouTube videos, Ashley from there. And basically what these are is it's a 365 day like little calendar that you can read about what happened on that day in America. And what I like about it is it's not necessarily like the most popular thing like that you would think of in history. It'll give you sometimes like more obscure facts. So like today that I'm filming this is May the 14th, actually. Yesterday was the 13th. Oh, and so May 14th, they are talking about Sacagawea and when she left for Lewis and Clark. So yeah, that one is kind of probably a more prominent one. But did you know the day that the Lewis and Clark actually pushed out onto the Missouri River? I did not. So it gives like just a little description of each event that they're talking about. And then throughout each month, they like focus on highlighting something from America. So this one, after I think the month of July, they wrote a little like educational article on how the Constitution was written and ratified. And so it's just kind of cool. Oh look, July 31st is the Donner Party. If you guys have never heard of that, I grew up listening to my dad tell that story. I don't know if he had like a shirt that was like Donner Party, something about it. I don't know. I just remember Donner Party, a shirt, and it was, yeah, anyways. So that's kind of funny. That, brought back a lot of childhood memories right there just from reading the Donner Party. All good memories, just it's kind of gruesome because they all died pretty much. So yeah, but we'll be reading this every day. We probably will start this summer just because I'm excited. I think it's kind of cool, and I like that each day we can like literally learn like what happened in our American history today. So pretty cool. All right, now moving on to social studies. Again, it's all United States focused. The last few years, we have like really focused on the geography of the world, continents, and then this last year we spent a bunch of time in countries around the world. We spent a month on like 9 different countries. So this year we are focusing on America. And I'm not sure which one I'm gonna do first. So this might not necessarily be the order that we do it in, but Catholic Heritage Curricula has our United States of America Catholic Social Studies program. And so this is recommended for their 4th grade program, but I will just probably try to integrate this in with our 2nd grader as well. Because I think what we'll end up doing with history, social studies type thing is doing kind of like a cycle approach. So like in every 4-year cycle around the story of civilization, and then pulling new things in each cycle that we go through. So yeah, they have a teacher's manual, and then they have the student workbook for the Catholic Social Studies. And the way that this one kind of focuses on is they go through each region of the United States. So they go through the Northeastern region, Midwest, Southern, and Western. And then I think they have at a point in the kids workbook, it's for you to do like a learning about your state. So there will even be a little bit of a state study on there as well. So I have trips planned down to our state capital for this upcoming year, which apparently if you live in Arizona, it's free to go to the Capitol Museum. I don't think they're giving tours of the Capitol right now because, you know, the thing, but the museum is still open. So we have a trip planned to go there sometime in the next year. And then we'll probably do some trips around the state as well for Arizona. My dad used to be the Arizona State Tourism Director, so he knows a lot about Arizona, so I'll probably rope him in when we do our state study to kind of maybe do some stuff with the kids as well, which I think he will enjoy. So if you're watching, Dad, I'm roping you in. And then the last thing for our social studies to complete it, this one I'm expecting to probably take around 15 to 20 weeks on it. I haven't quite looked into how long it's gonna take, but I don't wanna go too fast on it. I'd like to go kind of slow. So probably around 15 to 20 weeks. And then we have the U.S. Constitution and Government course by the Good and the Beautiful. And this goes through the entire Constitution, which, let's be real, how many of us parents remember much about the Constitution? Like, I know the big stuff, but like all the smaller articles and things like that, I don't. This actually has 32 lessons because it goes through every single amendment, and it goes through all the articles of the Constitution and things like that. So this one The Good and the Beautiful launched it, I think last fall, and I've been kind of eyeing it. I'm super excited to do it. They actually come with like a story called Mystery on Constitution Island, which I've heard really good things about how fun the book is to read along with it and the course book. And then for my 4th grader, it comes with a U.S. Constitution student journal. So this will be a journal that as we go through the lessons, she will be answering questions and filling out activities and things like that. And then for my 2nd grader, they do a little activity book for the younger kids, and it doesn't necessarily go with the lessons they said, but you know, you can have them pick a page while you're doing one of the lessons and work on or color the activity book. So that's the Good and the Beautiful's Constitution and U.S. Government course book. I'm very excited to do this one with them. And this one, I think I'll be focusing more on in the spring is probably what we'll do. And we'll probably do 2 week or something like that. Because by the time we start that, we'll probably have been finished with this one. You know, if timing goes well. If not, then we just go at our own pace because that's how we do it here at our homeschool. So those are all of our shared studies. It doesn't feel like a lot when I put it out, but then when you look at, I think it's because like 3 of the things are really focusing on America. They are 3 separate different ways to learn about America, I guess you could call it. So it feels like it's not a lot, but it kind of is. So yeah, those are our shared studies, family studies, however you want to call it. We call it shared studies in our house, but I hope that was super helpful. If you guys have any questions about any of the content that I showed or the curriculum, let me know. If you think that you would like to see a look through any of this, I would be happy to film a look through video. Just post that in the comments below. And I hope you guys have a great day and stick around because I have 2nd grade curriculum video coming next. And then I will have my 4th grade curriculum video to round out our curriculum series. All right, thanks so much. Have a great day.